Hello. Hi everyone. Welcome into your ballet legs class. We're gonna start in a few minutes. Today we're gonna start on our mats before we head to standing. I want you to use weights if you have them, light weights. That can be replaced with cans or, hi Rita, anything that you have that if you want to incorporate a little bit more weight to your arms, because we're going to be doing some stuff. So we're going to start on our mat, laying down, get into some core and legs, and then we're going to finish standing with a little bit more of leg sculpt with some added cardio. I hope you're all doing wonderful and enjoying your day so far. It's going to get a lot better in a moment. So grab some light hand weights if you have them. Otherwise, just forget about it and move your arms. Either way, you're gonna feel a nice burn. My name is Mackenzie. Lovely to have all of you here today. Let's get started. If you have any questions, send me a message afterwards. I'm gonna turn the comments off so it can just stay a little bit cleaner on your phones. But if you have any feedback or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, everyone, let's get started. Again, grab some light hand weights if you have them, otherwise just follow along. Okay, so I want you to come to sit on your bum, stretch your legs straight out in front of you, and just kind of find your sit bones comfortably. You can choose to either find extension in the back of your legs by rounding your spine to get that extension if it's a little tight back there, or if you're comfortable you can move your spine into extension as well while you work on stretching behind your legs. Let's just start with the feet flexion. I want you to press through the heels and keep pressing. Feel like the bottom of your legs, your heels are growing longer to the wall in front of you. Then you're going to roll through the front of your foot and point. Let's do 4, flex and point, 3, 2, 1. Keep the feet flexed. You're going to bring your arms up. Again, you can stay rounded in your spine. Take a long inhale, reach. Exhale out. One more, big breath in. And here you're going to fold forward, you can bend your knees, you can round your spine, getting deep into the hamstrings, calves. 2 full breaths. Roll up through your spine. Point your toes. And we're going to do the same thing. This time our feet are pointed forward. We're getting that stretch through the ankles, through the front of the foot. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale, reach. You can bend your knees around your spine, folding forward, reaching long forward, letting your head fall. 2 full breaths. Rolling up through your spine. Bringing your knees wide, feet together, into a butterfly shape, getting into the inner thighs and hips. You can just sway out your legs here. You can come further back on the arms. And then when you're ready, we're going to fold forward towards our knees. You can round your spine here. You can bring your elbows to thighs. And just slowly begin to make your way down, using your breath. One more deep breath in. Bring your legs up, bring that left leg out to a long straddle. You can keep both legs bent here and you can keep both legs out. You can choose to do one leg at a time, your choice. We're going to target the inner thigh. I'm going to move into a full straddle, but just go according to your body. Arms are out, grow taller out of the sit bones, begin to engage your core. Take a breath in. Exhale up and over towards the leg. Now reach that arm, that top arm, long towards the toes and pull the ribs and hip in the opposite direction, getting that long stretch. Squaring off the shoulders to the wall in front of you. Inhaling, reach. Exhale out. One more. And bringing yourself back up to center. Big inhale. Exhale, long lateral stretch over to the leg. Reach those fingertips long in that direction and pull the ribs and hip in the other direction, getting that long stretch. One more. Bring yourself up. You're going to use your legs and shake them out forward in front of you. Bending your knees, rolling those shoulders up and back, and then starting with the chin, tuck into the chest, roll through the spine back down. Tucking the bum under, rounding into the low back, pulling those abs in with you. And then coming all the way back up. If you're at the back of your mat, come to the very top. The next two we're going to do, the last one we're going to lay down. Inhale to begin. Exhale, chin tucked, round the spine back, pull those abs in with you. Pull yourself up, inhale. And exhale down slowly. Let's find our abs. Hover the arms and lower all the way down. With control, of course. And then here, let's bend that right leg into the chest, get that deep stretch, and roll out the ankle, warming it up for our floor work. Can roll in the opposite direction here, spreading the toes, getting all those kinks out, maybe cracking the knuckles, flex and point. And then hands wrap around the thigh. You're going to stretch that leg up, flex the foot, and then point in it. Flex and point for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull that leg closer in towards the body. The leg can be bent. And then release it all the way down, bending the left leg into the chest. Getting that deep squeeze, rolling out the ankle around. Going in each direction, cracking the knuckles, flex and point. And then wrap the hands around the thigh, flex the foot, and stretch it all the way up. Bend it in, stretch it all the way up. Point the toes, bend it in, stretch it all the way up. Keep it there. And then your exhale, bring it closer towards you, getting that length through the hamstring. Maybe bend the knee here. Releasing the leg all the way down, propping yourself up onto your elbows. So making sure those shoulders are pulled back. There's space between the chin and the chest. Our eyes are straight forward in front of us. We're going to get into our abdominals here. At any time this is too much on the shoulders, just come to lay all the way down. So I need you to begin to isolate the core by pulling it in. Suck those abs in and then bend the knees. It's a slight tuck of the pelvis, sucking those lower abs in. Bringing the legs up to tabletop. Let's stretch. Feel the opposite core, the opposite oblique, and then pull it back into tabletop. Stretch it out, and then pull it in. Let's go. 8, 7. This can be done laying on your back. It's a little bit harder up on your elbows. Requires a little bit more stability control through the abdominals for 4, 3. We're breathing. 1 more. Now I want you to do 1 more and just feel the difference of letting your belly go and then pulling those abs in as you stretch the leg out, pull them in, and then pull the abs in more as you bring the leg back in. We're going to add on with a stretch, a lift, a lower, and a bend. A stretch, a lift, a lower, and a bend. Stretch it out, lift it up, lower it down, bend it back in. Stretch it out, lift it up, going. Stretch, lift, lower and bend. Stretch, lift, lower and bend. A few things are happening right now. Let's not forget about the shoulders. Shoulders are pulled back, chest is open, abs are in tight. Stretch it up, lift it up, lower it down, return. Stretch, lift, lower, return. Keep going, keep sucking in. 4 to go. Last 2. Last one, we go with a stretch, with a lift, lower and in, with a stretch and a lift, lower and pause. Bring the knees closer in, can gently rock. If this is too much on the hip flexors, just lower yourself all the way down to your flat back. Bring both legs out. Scoop the pelvis in, scoop those lower abs in. Yes, we're stretching them both out. We're lifting them up, we're lowering them down, we bend them in. Stretch it out, lift them up, lower down, bend them in. Keep going, out, up, lower, and in. Stretch, use the core, bend them in. Two more. We'll do 1, up, lower, bend, release all the way down. Gentle rock side to side. Nice work. Place the feet down. Keep them hip distance apart. Firm up your toes, your heels into the floor, into the mat. Keep the shoulders heavy. Keep those ribs tucked in as you lift the hips up. Moving into your bridge, space between the chin and the chest. Firm up the legs, get that stretch through the quads. Keep the core on tight. We're holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay there, 1. Lift the heels high, lower them down. Lift them up, lower them down. Don't move the hips, just the heels up and up. Keep squeezing the glutes and hamstrings. 8 and 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep the heels up, we pulse the hips, squeezing up, up, squeeze the glutes, up, up, keep the pelvis tucked under, ribs in, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, stay 1. Lower the heels, transfer the weight to the left leg. Right leg lifts up. We lower it halfway and lift. Lower it halfway and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Don't drop it all the way down. Keep a firm hold. For 8, 7, 6. Keep the shoulders heavy, core tight. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, bend the leg, transfer. Get up nice and tall through the hips. And we lower and lift. Lower, halfway lift. Lower, halfway lift. Keep the core tight. Up and up. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. Turn the heels together, toes apart. First position, more tuck the pelvis. Close those ribs in. And Here we pulse. Up, squeeze the glutes. Up, up, up. For 8, 4, 3, 2, 4, 8, 4, 2 more counts. Let's go. 8. Last count, round 4, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2. We roll down. And then knees in, rock. Okay, let's bring those legs to tabletop. Curl yourself up, imprinting the spine. Hands behind the head, we tap, and then we pull in. Tap and in, tap and in, tap and in. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tabletop, stretch, lower, lift. Tabletop, stretch, lower, lift. Keep using the core. Stretch, lower, lift. Tabletop, stretch, lower, lift. Abs are in, up, lower, pull it in for 5, up, for 4, 3, use the breath. Last one. And release yourself down. Stretch the legs up, turn them up. So we're in our first position, laying on our back. We open the legs, flex the feet close, right leg in front of the left. Point the feet, open the legs, flex left leg closes in front. So you're switching legs as you close them in. Close them in. I want you to begin to use those inner thighs in your turn out. Switching opposite leg, closing in front. Flex and flex. Your abs should still be on, nice and strong, but your legs are overpowering those inner thighs for 8, 7, 6, 5. Think about the pulling in, not the drop down. Squeeze. For 4, 3. We repeat on 1. Close it in, make it smaller. In. 8 to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Happy baby. Legs back up. We're going to lower that leg down. Halfway, lift it up. Lower it down and lift using the abs. Lower, lift, lower, and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both feet down. Curl yourself up. We pulse straight center, pulling in. Belly button sucks in. 8, 4, 3, stay there on 1. Reach that arm. Get heavy in each hip and pulse to the corner. You got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to center on 1. We pulse forward. 8, 7, 6. Stay there. Reach that other arm to the corner. We pulse it up. And we finish in center with 10. Release. Stretch over onto your side body. You can lay all the way down on resting your head on your shoulder, hand in front of the chest. We're straight on the side. That knee is bent in front of us. We flex that bottom straight leg. We suck in the abs. We lift it up and lower. Lift it up and lower. Up and up. So the inner thigh is working here. The leg is completely parallel. twist it. Keep those abs tight. We have 10, 9, 8, and 7. Firm it up for 4, 3. We're gonna hold 2, hold it 1. Small pulses up. Up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Repeat on 1. Lower down and lift. And lift. And lift. Use the core and inner thigh for 8. Up. Up. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. We hold, pulse it up. Up, 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 up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Stretch it out. Roll over onto the other side. Straight onto that shoulder. Bend the leg. Rest your head. Flex that supporting leg. Down. Lift it up. And up. And up. Use the core to lift. Up. Up. We hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Use the inner thigh and core. Pulse it up. Up, up, up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Repeat on 1. Bring it down and lift. Lower and lift. For 5, and 4, 3, 2. Hold on 1. Pulse it up. Up, up, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Back onto the back. Arms down by the side. Bend the knees and imprint the spine. Flexing the feet, find tabletop. Then stretch the legs out long diagonal, point and suck in the belly. Place your hand on your core to remind yourself to bend, suck in. Exhale, stretch, suck in. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Keep it straight out, lift it up. Exhale, lower. Lift it up. Exhale, lower, maintaining that flat imprint, pulling the abs in. Last 4. Lift it up, open it out, close that leg to the point. Lift it up, open out, and close to the point. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees down, place them on the mat, and walk the feet to the very end, keeping the knees bent, legs together, arms up. Those inner thighs should still be working, glued together. Rolling yourself up, grabbing your thighs, lifting yourself up, using the core, and then rolling back down. Let's go for 8. If you're looking to challenge yourself, you can bend or stretch your legs. Try and keep those legs glued together. Don't use momentum, use your core strength. Think about the center line. Everything pulling in and up to lift you. Final 3. Last one. Nice work. Roll yourself around onto your elbows and meet yourself in elbow plank. Stepping those legs back. The those legs can be together. Space between the shoulders, the ears, belly in tight. Squeeze those glutes. And we hold. Deep breaths. Keep sucking in, keep pulling in, belly button to spine. That's how we build strength. Keep pulling those abs in tight. Squeezing the glutes. We have another 15 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, up to high plank. Back to down dog. Stretch it out. You can bring your feet together. We're going to stretch the inner thigh, lifting the leg up, bending the knee. Now opening up the hip to the side, keeping those shoulders square, keeping the head looking down. Keep lifting that knee up higher. You can move into extension, stretching the leg out straight, pointing the toes. Keep pulling those hips back at that long oppositional stretch. And then when you're ready, bend the knee internally, rotate it back down. Step on the foot and switch to the other side. Lifting it up, bending the knee. Lifting up the knee up taller, keeping the shoulders exactly where they are, just opening up the hip to the side wall. Choosing to keep the leg bent, or you can stretch it up, stretching behind the knee and pointing the toes. Keep pulling those hips back, getting that long stretch. Bend the knee internally, rotate inward, bring that leg back down. Lift those heels up high, bend the knees and walk the feet forward to the hands, where you're gonna lift halfway with an inhale. And the exhale, you fold down, bending the knees, grabbing the elbows and just shaking your head out. You can shake forward and back, side to side. Just move it all around. Take your final stretch. And then you're gonna slowly release your hands, bending your knees. You're gonna roll up so slowly through each vertebrae up to stand. Inhaling the arms up overhead with an inhale. And an exhale. Continue with that motion. Chest is nice and open. Shoulders are pinching together and you're pulling those ribs in. Open and close. Open and close. Let's go 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep those shoulders where they are. Feel your chest nice and open, nice and expanded. Now we're going to get into some arms as we add on with our legs and some plies. So again, if you have hand weights, now's a great time to have them handy. Soup cans, can of beans, wine bottle, whatever you have, Pellegrino, anything works. So just grab something light if you want to add on to your arms. I hope you're all doing well. Maybe grab a sip of water. The next section is going to be pretty non-stop. Okay. So now that our body is pretty much warmed up, we're going to get right into our legs. So we're going to start in first position. You can use something to stabilize you to begin. So the feet can start parallel, and then what happens is you laterally rotate through the hips. The feet turn out. Heels are together, toes are apart. And the most important part is that you stay turned out and you tuck the pelvis under. So maybe bend the knees just to feel the isolation of the tuck. Firm up the feet, so all 10 toes into the heels is where the weight is. And you can stretch the legs, squeeze the glutes, and feel yourself from the toes all the way up, firm up strong through the center, out of your head. Okay, let's begin just with some demi-pliés. As we bend the knees, I want you to feel the outer thighs. So the outer thighs are what's pulling the knees away. And as you stretch the legs, the inner thighs squeeze and you squeeze your bum. Plie and squeeze. Plie, stretch. Plie, stretch, and plie, stretch. Being really gentle, don't stop moving. As soon as you bend, you pull back up and pull up for 8 and 7 and 6. Being gentle on the knees, they're staying turned out. And 5 for 4, 3. Stay there. On 1, we pulse it down. Keep having those knees pull away from you so you can target the outer thighs into the glutes. Arms can be out in second. We pulse it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay 1. Lift one heel, lower it down. Lift the other heel, lower it down. Let's go 4 and 3 and 2. You're still in your demi. We pulse it down. Outer thighs are feeling this. Keep pulling the knees away from the body. Pulsing 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2. We stretch the legs, squeezing the inner thighs. We rise up through center to balance. Keep the bum tucked under. The low back is completely neutral and straight. We're pulling up strong through the core. Arms can be down. We can grow them up overhead, growing taller. For 4, 3, for 2, for 1, we plie. Now we're gonna add on with a plie. We lift the heels. We stretch the legs. We lower the heels down. Plie, lift, stretch, and lower. Plie, lift, stretch, and lower. You can use your stability. Stretch and lower, but it's just there to balance. You're not hugging it with your hands. Plie, lift, stretch, lower. Don't forget to squeeze the legs as you stretch and lower. Plie, lift, stretch, and lower. Let's go 8 and 7 and 6. Outer thighs are still feeling this. 2 more. Plie, stretch, rise, lower. We're gonna plie, stretch, and pulse it down. Outer thighs. Keep the belly in tight. Don't let it hang. Pulsing down. High on releve for 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4 and 3 and 2, 1. We stretch, squeeze the legs, and we balance, hold. 4, 3, 2, plie, release 1. Okay, we're gonna come up all the way to releve now. In first position, heels come together. So I want you to find that. Find like you have duct tape on your heels and you can't let them go. They're glued. Now, from your heels, just notice the weight. Make sure it's primarily in the pinky toe. Pelvis is under. Through the heels, straight up through my body, I'm squeezing. My glutes are strong. Now I plie. Outer thighs, inner thighs squeeze. Plie and stretch. Plie and stretch. Keep those heels tight. Plie and stretch. Be gentle on the knees. You don't want any sharp pain. Keep it small. Keep growing taller as you stretch. Open the knees, grow tall. Open the knees, grow tall. Outer thighs and glutes squeeze. We have 8 and 7. Keep the bum under 6 and 5. We have 4. Squeeze. 2 and we hold down. Heels are pressing. We pulse. You got this. Keep breathing. Mind over matter. Feel the outer thighs. Yes, the quads are burning. Get into the back of the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Stretch it up, squeeze, balance. And release. Shake out the legs. Nice work. I'm gonna hold on to my head weights, whatever you have. Okay, so this is gonna be a ballet-styled single deadlift. So, once I have my stability, my legs are turned out, I'm gonna bend into my supporting leg. I'm gonna bring both my hand weights, both my arms in front of me. I'm gonna be hinging straight spine, bending my supporting leg, lifting my back leg up. My spine stays straight, and I squeeze both legs as I stretch. Micro bend into that supporting leg. Keep the belly in tight, and pull it up. Lower down, don't arch. Keep the chest nice and open. Both legs are squeezing tight as you stretch. Bend into that supporting leg, straight spine, pull the belly in, and stretch up. Nice and controlled. You can use the wall to help you with your center. Light grip on the wall. We have 4 to go. Two more. One. And we're going to switch to the other side. So my supporting leg is turned up, back leg is turned up. I bend into the supporting knee, chest is open. Try not to drop your eye gaze completely. Just have it forward as you hinge with a straight spine. And pull yourself up. No archings. Keep everything neutral and straight. Squeezing the legs as you stretch. Keep the belly in tight. Last 4. Last one. Nice work. Shake out the legs. Keep those hand weights in your hand. Okay, you can start with your legs in parallel. We're going to go through quick arm sequence. Lifting the arms straight up, lowering them down. My palms are facing down. Lift the arms up, lower them down. Up and lower. Just to shoulder height and then slightly back. Shoulder height, slightly back. There's no arching. Keep everything straight and strong. I want you to begin to use your core here. It'll make more sense when we add on. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, keep the belly in tight. 1, you're going to flip the palms. Bring them up, close them back. Stretch them up, close them back. Stretch them out, close them in, stretch them out, and in. Shoulder blades pinching. Let's go. 8, 7, 5. You got this. 4 more. 3. Feel the resistance with the core in. Last one. Hold. Turn the elbows, just the forehands out, keeping the elbows at the hips. Stretch them out to shoulder height. Pause. Suck in the abs. And now using the abs, resist the elbows back into the hips. Stretch them out, resist them in. Stretch them out, resist them in. Stretch, resist. Stretch, resist. Keep the shoulders pulling together. Stretch in. I want you to feel the abs sucking in. No arching, keep it tight. 8 to go. 4 more. 2. And 1. Pause there. Circle it forward. Just the arms are moving, nothing else. My foundation of my legs is holding me strong through my abs. You got this. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the arms there. Just pulse them back. Pull those shoulder blades together. Keep the ribs tucked in. 8, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay there. We flip the palms down and up. Flip them down and up. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Keep them open and circle them back. Gentle circles, keeping the core tight. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip them down, release. Come wide. Okay, so we're moving into our second position, plie. Let's find our feet, firm up the toes into the heel, tuck the pelvis under, and then as you tuck it under, open up the chest. Keep the ribs in though. You're gonna take a small demi-plie with the arms straight down. Firm up your legs, feel your outer thighs, your glutes, and then stretch your legs, squeeze them tight. Plie down. Stretch and squeeze, plie down. Stretch and squeeze. Let's go. 8 and 7, 6, 5. Slow and controlled. Feel every muscle. I want you to keep that plie down. It can be a grand plie as low as you can. Just keep those legs turned down and we pulse it down. Keep the core tight, keep the ribs in. We pulse it down. Outer thighs should be feeling this. When I mean outer thighs, I mean right under our legs, right under our thighs, back of the legs. We keep pulsing. We're gonna add the arms on in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We pull the arms through center on one, elbows wide. We squeeze the legs. We plie down, up, plie, up. Don't overdo it with the knees. Be gentle. Plie down, firm up the legs, squeeze. Plie down, firm up the legs, squeeze. 8 to go. 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2. We hold that plie down. On 1, bring the arms up. To second, we pulse it down. Feel this in the outer thighs. Bring the weight out to the pinky toe, edge of the foot. Big toe can lift, belly in tight. Let's go for a count. 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms up. Turn the palms in. Whew. We're gonna plie down, open the arms to shoulder height. Stretch them up, squeeze the legs tight. Open the arms, squeeze it tight. Only 8 to go. Ribs in, belly strong. 4 more. and 3, and 2, and 1. We hold, let's pulse it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This feels so good on the outer thighs. 1. Flip the palms all the way up so they're facing out. Let's just do 4, bend and stretch. Stopping at the elbows and stretch. Keep the ribs in, don't arch. 1 more, we add the plie down. Stretch, squeeze the glutes down. Stretch, squeeze the glutes. Try not to drop the elbows. Stopping at the shoulders and then using the core to press everything up, squeeze. Final count here, I promise. This feels so good on the legs. 4 more. 3, 2. We hold that one, of course, and we pulse it down. Final pulsing round. Keep the core in tight. Keep the knees pulling away onto the edge of the pinky toe. Keep going down because it feels so good. 2 counts. Final count of 8. Let's go for 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch, squeeze. Turn the legs in. Release. Okay, our final round. It's going to be a sumo squat. So I'm going to allow you to stick your bum out, but I'm not going to allow you to arch your back. So there's a difference of arching and sticking it out, keeping it tucked under, and leading back into the weight of the heels to pull it back up. It's going to be very slow and controlled. Your arms are going to be up. Legs are in slight turnout. They're not all the way in turnout, but the toes, we're not parallel. Slightly turned out at the knees, at the hips. So the weight is going to go back into the heels. You're going to keep the pelvis neutral. You're going to keep the abs in so tight, and you're going to take a tiny squat down, bringing the weight primarily into the heels, keeping the low belly in. And then as you stretch the legs from everything up, squeezing at the top. Tiny squat down, all the way up, squeeze. I'll let you know when to stop. Go at your pace. Focus on your form. Feeling this more in the hamstrings, more in the glutes as you stretch and squeeze. Keeping the weight back into the heels, all the way up, squeeze. Feel this so much in my core. Nice work, everyone. We're almost there. Four more. Last one. Whew. Nice work. Shake it out. Okay, before we stretch it out, we are going to finish the little booty. So if you're all standing, let's just take a few folds down, getting into that stretch of the back of the legs. Drop your head, drop the arms. Roll yourself up slowly, straight spine. Opening up the arm and folding down. Rolling up. One more because it feels so good. Open up your arm, fold forward, cobra. Roll all the way up and then come into your tabletop. Our final section together. Okay. So, we're all familiar with tabletop. We're going to stretch our right leg back. It's going to be in turnout. We're going to lift it up to a large grand battement, lower down. Up and lower. My spine is staying straight. I'm squeezing my glute. We have up and up. Keep those abs tucked in. In. I'll let you know when to switch sides. Leg is turned out, squeeze the glute at the top. Really feel this in the core, especially those obliques. Up and up. 2 more rounds of 8, let's go. One more, let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee down, send the left leg back, turned out, core in, up, and up, up, and up. Keep the spine long. Stay out of those shoulders, nice and broad. Stay out of those wrists, pushing away. Squeeze the glute, up, core in tight, up. Last 2 rounds of 8, let's go. Final count of 8. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Nice work. Make your way into half pigeon or thread the needle. You can switch sides when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's leg class. Laura, Grace, Melanie, Terry, hi everyone. Our next class together, maybe tomorrow, but it's definitely gonna be Wednesday, Pilates Core. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback or questions, send me a message. And if you're looking for any specific workout, I'm open to hearing from you. Have an awesome Monday, everyone.